All right, we're gonna review the compounding with the money equations because people have asked a question of how to use their calculator to get these right. So let's start right here. We're gonna take $1,000, we're gonna invest it at 15% in each one of these scenarios, and then we're gonna do it for 4 years. But we have 3 different things going on. The first one is if it just says annually, or that you would compound annually. The second situation is what would happen if it says compound monthly. Monthly is 12 months a year, so you would use 12. Or if it says semi-annual, that's twice a year. If it would say daily, you'd have to use n is equal to 365, because that's how many days are in a year. If it says to compound continuously, we have a special equation, and it is principal times e, and I'm going to show you how to get e on your calculator. E is used for natural logs, and it represents the number 2.72. It is similar to using pi because it is a constant. And you're going to raise things to the variable of r times t in this example. So let's go through each one. First, we're going to take $1,000 at 15% for 4 years. So the first thing I want you to do is write down 1,000 is p, and then I'm going to, really don't need those parentheses, and then I'm going to write 1, because 1 stands for 1% of your original, 100% of your original investment, which is 1 when you convert it to a decimal. The rate is 15%. You have to write that as 0.15. It's a decimal. And you're going to raise it to the power of time, and that would be 4 years. So take your calculator and press in 1,000, open parentheses, 1.15. You can either add it in your head or hit the plus. Close the parenthesis and raise it to the 4th power. When you do that, you should notice that your answer is $1,749.00, or 01 if you're rounding the hundredths place. One more time, 1749.01, and it's money, and that's why we're rounding to the hundredths value. Let's go do the next example, and let's see what you get in your calculator. We're going to take $1,000, that's the principal, 1 plus, the rate is 0.15. We're going to compound it monthly, so that's going to be 12. And then we're going to raise it to the power of n times t. So that's 12 times 4. So that means you could write 1,000 and let's go take and press in what's in the parentheses first and get an answer. I'm going to press 1 plus parentheses 0.15 divided by 12, close the parentheses, and then hit enter. The reason I'm using the parentheses is it's telling the calculator that I want you to divide that and get that decimal before you add 1. You end up getting 1.0125. And 12 times 4 is 48. So now I'm going to press in my calculator 1,000, open parentheses, 1.0125, close the parentheses, and then use that little arrow up key. It is 4 buttons down under the second. Raise that to the power of 48. And you should get $18.15.35. Okay, let's go to the last one and see if you can get this one to work. We're going to take $1,000. We're going to multiply it times E. 15% becomes 0.15. T is 4 years. Both of these are exponents. I could go multiply that out and write a number down if you prefer. I'm going to teach you how to do it, just multiplying all of that straight in your calculator. Ready? Type 1,000. And now I want you to go hit the second LN button. You should notice that E appears on your calculator screen along with the little arrow up. It's called a caret symbol. Parentheses, already there, so type 0.15 times 4, close the parentheses, and you now get $1,822.12. And that's compounding continuously. Since it's the same amount of money at the same percentage rate for the same amount of time, just compounding differently, compounding continuously makes the most money because that means for every minute, every second, it's infinity. You're taking your money with its interest and you're letting it grow more money. Hence why this is growing exponentially fast. And when you compound monthly, that just means like at the end of the month, on the last day of the month, you take all of your interest and now that acts as though it is your new principal investment. And then you draw interest on that new amount. So you only get to do that once a month. And when you do it annually, that means $1,000 is your original amount of money invested, and you only get to take 15% of that at the end of a calendar year to make more money. All right, that is your help session for interest formulas.